said, there's an easy to implement approach that will help you get more qualified clients. Would you be willing to give it a try? Particularly if I said you don't have to write a blog or create videos or purchase ads. And it only takes a little bit of time, but you need to do it every day. The approach I'm talking about is called targeted outreach. It is an approach or a strategy that many consultants and freelancers overlook. They don't even think about doing it. But it is an extremely powerful approach that will help you build your business. But what is targeted outreach? What are the steps so that you can create a powerful strategy? And if you're working with clients, how can you work on this strategy? In all honesty, it's easy because it only takes a few minutes. Hello, I'm Laura Burford. If you would like some additional insights on how to build and grow your consulting business, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe below, and ring the bell. The bell will notify you when the next video is available. If you like this video as you're listening to it, please click the like. And if you have any questions or comments as you're listening, please jot them below. I promise I will get back to you. Many consultants and freelancers rely heavily on referrals. I love referrals. And I appreciate it when I get a referral. And I have a referral strategy. But referrals can be a wait-and-see game. What do I mean by that? You might get 2 or 3 referrals this week and then nothing for the next month. And you cannot build a business waiting on referrals. You have to be proactive. Before I continue, if you do not have a referral strategy, you might want to check out the video on this channel about creating a referral strategy. I've put the link below. Help yourself to it. Actually, targeted outreach and referrals work well together. They work hand in hand, and they can be extremely powerful for moving you forward. But what is a targeted outreach strategy or approach? Simply, you take a step back and you think about your ideal client. What is the criteria you have for your ideal client? And then you select a limited number of potential clients. Those that are high on the list, those that fit your ideal client criteria to a T, and you want to work with, and you believe they might want to work with you, and you believe they have a need. And as you do so, you come up with a plan, an individualized plan for that targeted client. Let me provide you a short story. When I first started my business, I was offering business continuity planning services. And my ideal client was a small, mid-sized business that was providing services to financial services corporations. So I took the step back and I identified 10 targeted potential clients. And I did research on each one. But I took it a step further. I also started hanging out where they hung out. And at one conference I went to, I found 2 potential clients. And I developed an individualized plan for both potential clients. Anyhow, within 3 months, one of those potential clients became a client. And not only did they become a client, they became what I would call an A client. I worked with them for over 2.5 years, and they remained a good connection as I moved forward. They gave me a fabulous testimonial, and they actually referred other people to me. So how do you go about implementing a targeted outreach approach? Well, here are 3 steps. Step number 1, you need to come up with a list of 10 to 20 key potential clients and partners. And as you come up with a list, you're going to compare the people you put on it to your ideal client criteria. Do they match? If not, do you have to find a different potential client? Or do you have to refine your ideal client criteria? And sometimes you even need to narrow down your ideal client criteria, come up with some assumptions so that you can narrow that list of 10 to 20 down. And as you come up with each potential client and partner, you need to research them. Find something out about them. And that leads to step number 2. You want to come up with an individualized plan for each person on that list. You want to figure out how you want to connect with them. Do you want to ask somebody you know who has a connection with somebody at that organization or that person to connect you? Or do you want to take a very direct approach and reach out directly to them? I've actually written letters that are very specific based on something I've seen about the person and started a relationship that way. You need to look at each key potential client and partner to figure out what is the best approach. And you need to figure out how you want to display credibility. Do you want to send them a survey? Is there something else you can help them with? Notice the words I use, help them. If you're not sure what I mean by credibility essentials, because you want to have some essentials in place, there's a video on this channel about 6 credibility essentials that I believe every consultant needs to have. And there's a link below that will take you to that video. And as you're building credibility, you're building a relationship. You're not selling. You're getting to know one another. One of the things I did to build credibility with the person that became the client was I sent information on business continuity and disaster recovery planning for a business their size. And I went a step further with that even. I provided information to help them understand what financial services companies were looking for from them. Now, could they have found that out themselves? Probably. But I took the step and I sent it to them. I stayed on top of what was going on in the business continuity planning field to make sure they would provide information as soon as I knew about it. Step number 3, you need to work your targeted outreach plan every single solitary day. And you're going to say, wait a minute, if I'm working that every day, how can I work with a client? First of all, you're not reaching out to everybody on your list every single solitary day. Think of it this way, if you have 20 people on your list, and you reach out to one every day, you will have reached out to all 20 of them at least once a month. And that reach out might be only 5 minutes that day. It might be longer, but maybe it's only 5 minutes that day. But you want to position yourself so that they say, that potential client says, can you help me? 3 steps, 3 easy steps. Develop a list, come up with an individualized plan, and then work it. And work it every day. To recap, a targeted outreach approach is an extremely powerful approach to help you obtain quality clients. Clients that want to work with you and with whom you want to work with. It works well in conjunction with your referral approach. And together, they can kick you up a notch. There are 3 key steps to developing an outreach approach. The first, develop a list. A list of 10 to 20 key potential clients and partners. Step 2, create individualized plans for each person on that list. Plans that help you display credibility and build trust so that the person says, can you help me? And the third, work your targeted outreach approach every business day. And in all honesty, it does not take much time every day, but you need to work it. You need to be disciplined to do so. Here's one negative. For this to work, you have to put fear behind you and be proactive. So, if you're afraid of doing this, here's the challenge. Try this approach for 30 days and see what happens. You might be surprised. And now, if you like this video, please click the like button. If you would like additional videos that provide suggestions and ideas to help you grow and expand your business, please subscribe to the channel, subscribe below, and click on the bell. Clicking on the bell will notify you when the next video is available. other videos on this channel. I mentioned 2 in this video. One, the one about a referral strategy or your referral approach, and the other about credibility essentials. 6 key credibility essentials. And if you have not listened to the video on how to get more clients, you might want to consider that one as well. If you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to drop them below. And now, I'm signing off until next time. Take care.